this is a media fable that he's going to flip. That's like a prognostication. He has said nothing of the kind. I saw Mayor Giuliani on with Laura Ingraham, an excellent interview in which he said, look, there's nothing that Michael Cohen could say that the president fears. We don't think he is, that he has animosity towards the president. So this is, again, the media jumping way ahead.
It's Thursday, June 14th, 2018. This is the Alex Jones Show. Owen Schroyer, Roger Stone in studio. Alex will be in studio very shortly. We've got Scott Adams lined up. He is going to be joining us. Shiva Ayyadurai has breaking news at 1 o'clock Central. And then Doug Hagman takes over the fourth hour. I'm sure he's got his feelers out there as far as the IG report is concerned about what to expect coming out of that. Of course, Roger, we were talking about before the show today, what we expect to see from the IG report is going to be more of what we already know, and that's that the Hillary Clinton email investigation was rigged, was cooked, and James Comey was the one behind it. But maybe, maybe not do we find out if anybody else from the Obama administration is behind that. But on the heels of this release, is that what you're expecting? Is that what you think we already know, though, is going to come out?
We know that James Comey wrote his report 2 months before he completed the investigation. So this was cooked from the beginning. We know that he reopened the investigation into Hillary's emails only because he knew the New York Police Department had just uncovered 650,000 emails on Huma Abedin, Hillary's right-hand woman, on her server. And therefore, if he didn't act, the New York Police Department would. So he kind of had no choice. But this is not going to speak to some of the larger questions. For example, the illegal and unconstitutional use of FISA warrants, the infiltration of the Trump campaign with FBI spies. It just shows you how much the scandal has moved on from the original questions. This Inspector General has a lot on his plate that he has to look into. Plus, remember, we still have that U.S. attorney in Utah, Huber, who's supposed to be looking into the FISA abuses. And we have no report yet from him.
Well, and right now, the Department of Justice is, and I guess the FISA courts are not releasing those documents as far as the FISA warrants were concerned. And as far as the FBI spies were concerned, or when that started, they're not releasing those to Devin Nunes. He's made dozens of requests. They're not releasing those to the intelligence committees in the House or the Senate, even though they've made requests. So right now, they're getting denied access to those documents, which would push that investigation further as to the origins of the spies in the Trump campaign and the FISA warrants. But to come back to the IG report, I guess the one thing I'm hoping could come from this, and I don't think maybe we learned something new from it, maybe we don't. However, if it becomes undeniable fact and we have a Justice Department that's willing to act, do you believe that they would have a new investigation into Hillary Clinton's emails and the server and perhaps even prosecute her?
I think it's going to depend on what else is there that we don't know. You notice that Jeff Sessions, the Attorney General, kind of laid the predicate by saying, now, if we find that other people did things wrong, we're going to have no problem firing them. Seems to me like he knows something. So until we see what we have, I don't think we can tell what the political impact of it will be. At the end of the day, I still think it is the larger questions that Nunes is trying to get into that are more important. And liberals keep telling us, oh, there's going to be a constitutional crisis. Well, they're right. That's it right there. When a co-equal branch of government is being denied information by a politicized Justice Department, there's your constitutional crisis.
Here's a constitutional crisis when you have, I'm sorry, I just got distracted of Eric Cartman, but I guess Jeff Sessions on the screen there. Sorry about that. Here's a constitutional crisis to me, Roger. The DOJ, the FBI, the CIA, the NSA are not in the Constitution, and they're running this country under Obama. They're spying on people illegally under Obama, and years before that, too. But we just have this case, and we have the facts on it now. So that's a constitutional crisis to me, but they don't want to talk about that. Meanwhile, though, we move over to another track here. You've got Robert Mueller. You've got Robert Mueller, who indicts the Russians. They show up to court. He refuses discovery. He refuses to show up in court. Then he says, well, I can't show up yet because I'm still building a case against them. They're still meddling. Well, that doesn't make sense. Anyone would tell you you don't indict someone till you have all the evidence. So why would he be still gathering evidence after the indictment? Then you have the Cohen story, Roger, which I don't understand. Why would Michael Cohen, who they're saying is going to flip, that's the new narrative, Cohen's going to flip on Trump, well, then why would he be looking for legal counsel? That doesn't make sense. You wouldn't be looking for legal counsel if you were going to flip.
Let's take these one at a time. On the question of Cohen, this is a media fable that he's going to flip. That's like a prognostication. He has said nothing of the kind. I saw Mayor Giuliani on with Laura Ingraham, an excellent interview in which he said, look, there's nothing that Michael Cohen could say that the president fears. We don't think he is, that he has animosity towards the president. So this is, again, the media jumping way ahead.
And now what about Mueller? Why isn't Mueller showing up in court? And why is there no outrage that Mueller is obstructing justice?
It's really extraordinary. He clearly never expected the Russians to show up for trial.
None of us did.
Right. So
the Russians are beating everyone right now.
So he charged the Russians to get a headline because he had no Russian interference in the election to point to. It was hurting his public relations image. Now, it is a fundamental bedrock principle of American jurisprudence that people who are charged be allowed to see the evidence against them. And he doesn't want to produce it. Perhaps that's because he doesn't have it. And as you point out, if the investigation is ongoing, then why did he already bring the indictments? No, I think that this is why a new poll 2 days ago shows that his disapproval has now hit 53. It was 26 a year ago. I think people are fed up with the political partisan nature of this investigation and the fact that he just keeps dragging it out without any evidence of Russian collusion.
And it's costing us millions of dollars now, which, by the way, the White House has just extended $6.6 million back to the white helmets in Syria. That got announced today as well. This is something I don't support. So we report the things that happen here at InfoWars, whether we like them or not. But I don't know, guys, if you want to find that story, I forgot to print that out. Just real quick, in some other news, the new AG in New York, Underwood, is trying to shut down the Trump Foundation. They become totally unhinged. If you threaten to kill Senator Sanders or Senator Harris, the Democrats, then you get charged. But if you threaten to kill Trump or Ajit Pai or Mike Pence or anybody, like that, Dinesh D'Souza, that's okay. Kim Kardashian West pushes for White House more drug sentence commutations. Well, maybe that would work if Obama wasn't blackballing in negotiations and conversations and talks between other people that want prison reform and President Trump. That's Obama behind that. But in the meantime, before we get to the next segment, before Alex Jones joins us, ladies and gentlemen, we have huge specials happening right now. Part of the Fall of the Deep State 34-hour special at InfoWarsStore.com. Free shipping store-wide. That's extended for this week special, this 34-hour special. And you have 50% off some of the top-selling products, such as Brain Force Plus is 50% off right now. This is a top-selling product at InfoWarsStore.com. The Real Red Pill Plus, 50% off. Silver Bullet is 50% off. Alpha Power is 50% off. Super Male and Super Female Vitality are both 50% off. DNA Force Plus, 50% off. The list goes on and on and on. But if you're looking for huge savings, even thousands of dollars worth of savings, InfoWars Life Select 1 year, 6 month, and 3 month emergency food supply is 50% off right now at InfoWarsStore.com, plus free shipping. Plus free shipping. You're talking about thousands of dollars in savings if you're trying to get emergency food for your family. 50% off free shipping at InfoWarsStore.com. And I have to commend Roger Stone, whose new book, Stone's Rules, is also at InfoWarsStore.com. A great Father's Day gift, which is right around the corner, Roger.
And I mailed your father his just the other day.
And I know that he is looking forward to that delivery. So we will be back on the other side. News clips, more news, and Alex Jones joining us shortly. Owen Schroyer, Roger Stone in studio. Don't go anywhere.
You know, someone very profoundly once said many years ago that if fascism ever comes to America, it'll come in the name of liberalism.
He goes to jail. He goes to jail. Lock him up.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
We can't extend extend this free shipping sale much longer with our best-selling items at InfoWarsStore.com. In fact, we can only run it a few more days. We're also running out of some of our best-selling items like our amazing nootropic Rainforce. It's $19.95. Leading competitors are $60 and aren't even as good. It's a great deal normally at $39.95. Rainforce, you've never tried it. This is a great opportunity. $19.95. Also, Alpha Power is 50% off. If you don't know what it's done for me and so many others for stamina, focus, libido, it does so many things. X2, even though we're having trouble sourcing the deep earth crystals of the good halogen iodine, I am blowing out the stockpile of it we have, at least for another few days, at 50% off. And then after that, it's going to go back to full price until we secure more of it. InfoWarsLife.com, InfoWarsStore.com, or 888-253-3139. And thank you all for helping fund the second American global revolution.